Welcome back, everyone. This is Andrea from Annie Plans. I am so excited to talk to you today about my 2022 planner stack and how I am using each of my planners for this year. Thank you first to Hannah from HanCanPlan for including me on this collaboration. I will link the videos to everyone else in the collaboration below in the description, so make sure you check those out as well. All right, so I'm so excited, you guys. I have never been so excited for my planners for a year. My first one that I have to show you is my MakseLife, and this is my MakseLife Flagship Dated Weekly Horizontal. This is going to be really important for me this year because I am going to use this as my affirmation and gratitude and reflection planner for this year. I'd really like to put my wellness goals in here. If you're familiar with the MakseLife planner, they have the you create annual goals, you create your intentions for the year, and then also you create monthly goals and weekly goals even for every week. So I really want to use this as my well-being planner. So this one is going to house all of the stuff well-being that I'm gonna need for the year. I also do have a YouTube video showing what this planner entails, so you can go to that. I think you will really enjoy seeing everything in there. I am currently using the MakseLife Flagship in vertical this year, but I am really excited to switch to horizontal because I want to use it more for memory keeping and affirmations and stuff. But this is something that I just did this last week, and I'm really excited about it because if this page right here is usually for reflections, but this week I really wanted to keep track of my Fitbit stack, my water tracker, my weight graph and sleep and everything like that. So this is also on my Instagram, so you can always go check that out if you're interested in that. And then here's also the weekly actions page that we have for the MakseLife. And for the 2022, I am going to be using my flagship MakseLife for wellness. So I'm not going to use it for work goals or personal goals or family goals. So this one's really just gonna be about my wellness. I'm really excited to see how that turns out this year. And the reason that one is just wellness is because now I have a MakseLife daily planner. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love my daily planner. This year I am currently using the Erin Condren Daily Duo. And when MakseLife came out with their daily this year, I just knew that I had to have it. I never thought that I would be a daily planner. I always previously had used the vertical from Erin Condren for the last, gosh, probably 6 years or so. I love the flat bound. I'm not really a spiral girl, but when you have a really good planner that you love, you can get past that for sure. So this one is going to be my workhorse, and this is the blush MakseLife that we have here. It is a quarterly system, so you will have to buy 4 of these if you plan on using it all year. I also bought the inserts, so you can also get inserts for the daily in MakseLife, and these ones I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do the ring agenda for this or if I'm going to do punch it so I have the discs. So I haven't done anything with it. I haven't even opened it just because I just don't know what to do about that yet. But so for this one, this year is going to be this one's going to be my main workhorse. So I'm going to have my work appointments. I'm going to have personal appointments in here, the kids stuff, my daily to-do lists. I kind of keep pretty similar things on my daily to-do list every day. I always have, like, I weigh in every morning because I'm on Noom, and I take my meds right away. I make sure I fill my water bottles up right away. Otherwise, I don't get my water in. So all that stuff, I really love to have tracking every day. And it's really helpful when you have the daily to have that in every day. I also will be logging my meals in here. I'm going to be putting my Fitbit stats, and then I'll be doing my weigh-ins. And I wasn't sure how I was going to put that information on here yet, but I just started, I shouldn't say started, I've been playing around this in here for quite a while, but I figured out a really awesome way to do that, and I can't wait to show you guys a little bit later down the road how I have that set up. Anyways, but for the dot grid in this one, what I'd like to do is I'm gonna log my weekly steps and water and sleep, just so I can see a graph of that. And then in my flagship one, that's where I'm gonna be doing my reflections. So I love that I have both of them, because I can really get all the information that I want to get out there. So I think reflections are great. Some weeks I don't want to do them, so then I do what I just showed you with the dot grid, and I love that. So now that I can do the dot grid and track everything in this one, which is the one I'm going to be carrying around all the time. I shouldn't say carrying around. I work from home. I'd never go anywhere. And then the other one is going to be my reflection. So I think that is going to be a little bit more helpful. I probably will take more pictures with the daily than I will my well-being one, because I think that might be a little bit more personal this year. But I will definitely make sure that I kind of put a little bit of both in there. And then the last thing is the goals in here are going to be my actionable goals. So I'm going to want to make sure that I put the goals that I have for work. I want the goals I have for my family, my relationships, all those really good concrete goals that I've been using the 2021 MakseLife for. So again, I do have another YouTube video on showing everything in here. So please do go view that so you can see more of that. It's pretty awesome. And then my last one that I will be using is my Erin Condren A5 Softbound horizontal. So this is something that I have been using for many years. Like I said, I started off with the Erin Condren Softbound in the larger size. I always had vertical, but when I had kids, I got this size so I can write down memories and little quotes and milestones. So I just have little things in there every day. And this is such a compact little size that I think a lot of these planners I'll probably not keep because they just take up so much room. So I think this one's gonna be really nice because I will be able to hand these down to the kids and it's not gonna take up too much room. So this is my one for this year, for 2021. And then this will be, I love the mid-century circles. I just think it's so gorgeous. I love Flora too. You can see I've got the Flora blanket. I've got a lot of other Flora stuff over there too. But this mid-century circles one is just so pretty. So, so cute quotes, milestones, memories, reminders of big and little life events and stuff like that. So, I love using that and I don't ever see myself stopping, using that. So, those are my big 3 planners for this year. I'm actually surprised that I'm not adding anything else. I do have a lot of other planners behind me that I am definitely going to want to play around with. So I've got a bold planner, and I will put a link to all of the stuff below too. They just launched, I think, a month ago. It's really great. They have so it's like a horizontal weekly, but they also have the next 2 pages. They'll have mill and workout area where you can write that stuff, and then it has a note section. So I did do a YouTube video on that one too. You definitely check that out. The other one is the the Laurel Denise planner. So Laurel Denise is a jewelry designer, but she also has this great planner that's like an all-in-one planner, and it's really thin, and it's like just for the stuff that you need to know. And that one's really nice too. So I'm gonna play around with that one also this year. As for planners that are on my wish list, I do have 2 planners that I have not purchased that I really want to purchase, but I already have plenty of planners to play around with, so I don't technically need any more. The 2 planners that I really want to try out one day are the Passionate Penny Pincher planner. Every time I see those, I love the colors, I love all the check boxes, I love that it has Bible verses that you can read every day just right in there, so that's something I really want to try. The other thing that I've been wanting to try for a while is the Silk and Saunder monthly planners. So they send you, I think it's quarterly. I think you can actually get them monthly, but they send you quarterly, so 3, and it's just for the 1 month, and they have a theme for every month. It's gorgeous. I just think it'd be so good for like writing your well-being down, and just, that doesn't make sense, writing your well-being down, just for your well-being and just getting things off your chest. And I think that one looks just amazing. So that's another one that I definitely want to try out too. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about are journals that I might use. So I know I already have a lot of memory keeping stuff that I've just told you about, but there is one thing that I always carry around. It's super tiny, as you can see. I always have this little tiny notebook. It's a dot grid notebook, and it's something that I can throw in my purse. It's not very big, and I can I've got my chicken scratch on there. If you follow me, you know that I write much nicer than that. But when it's just stuff that I want to remember or that I want to transfer to my calendar for later, I will just write it super fast. I also did my assessment scoring for my MakseLife 2022 in here. And then I have quite a few words that I was going kind of bouncing around for my word of the year. And so I've got a good amount of that on there. So I did end up coming down to 1, and I kept coming back to this word over and over and over again, and it was purpose. It just felt so energizing every time I said it. Like, I want everything in here to have a purpose. I don't want to keep things just because I think that I'll use it one day, or that I've never written in and I'll never use, but it's just sitting there. So I want to have everything to have purpose in my house. So I want to start decluttering. I want to be much more minimalist. And I want to feel like everything has a spot in my house. So I think that's going to be really a nice thing that I want to do for next year, 2022. I probably can go on and on and on about all the other planners that I've looked at, that I'm interested in, but I think I'm going to keep it at that, just so you have kind of my basics for my planner stack. I'm really happy with my choices. I thought that I would be overwhelmed, and I know a lot of people get overwhelmed seeing this many planners for someone to be using, but really it's just the 3. So it's my kids' memories, my daily one for all of our appointments and my work stuff, and then my well-being ones. So when you look at it that way, it isn't as overwhelming as it could be. But thank you so much for watching. I would love to know what your planner stack looks like for 2022. If you have a word of the year, I'd love to know that. And you do not have to have a word of the year. You do not have to have a planner stack. You can just have one planner. No one is going to judge you. You need to do what is best for you. So if you only have one, or if you do not have a word of the year, I'd also like to know that. Let me know down in the comments.